everyone, welcome to the CS2 typing class. So, if you are consistent with the classes, you might have known that we have already done 3 classes till now for CS2. In those classes, we have covered basically the basics of MS Word shortcuts, the basic equation typing like how to insert the equation editor in MS Word, how to write alpha, lambda from both the approaches of course, normal approach as well and equation editor approach as well, right. We also covered in the previous classes that how to write the complicated formulas of survival models, and we also designated a particular class to pasting a table or matrix basically in the Word, where we covered a question from Markov chain, right. Now, I thought that there should be a class where you should be able to understand how to type the equations, that is backward equations and forward differential equations, because we have a question designated to that in our time inhomogeneous and time homogeneous Markov jump, right. So, I thought why not do a class, because it involves a very heavy typing, it involves a use of lot of superscripts and subscripts. So, yes, let us do this class for that notation only. There is no new notation again. You can calculate, you can write those equations with the use of subscript and superscript. That is basically we covered in our first class, right. But still, since a lot of students struggles in this heavy equation, in this long equation, I thought why not design a class for that, right. So, in this class we would be covering one question where I would be deriving one forward or backward differential equation, so that you guys know and you guys can practice with me on Word itself and get a gist of it. Clear, guys? So, with that, can we start our class for today? So, let us start, let us see what question we are going to do today. So, yes, we are going to do 5.9 question. I would be solving this first part, and second and third part are pretty easy and carries a very few marks. That is why you can do it on your own, but fifth part that involves the derivation from first principles, I will be doing this, okay. Clear? And since we have to state the assumptions made here as well, so I would be telling you guys how to write the assumptions. There can be two ways of writing the assumptions. Either you can write at the wherever you are applying the assumptions, you can write there as well. Otherwise, you can specially write at the start of the part or at the end of the part, like all the assumptions in one go, okay. But please be careful if question states that state the assumptions made at the point where they are made. So, you have no option to write at the start of the part or at the end of the part. You have to write wherever you are making the assumption. Is that clear? Okay. So, let us start doing this differential equation part. Again, this class is not technical, so you can open up your answer and you can start typing with that only, okay. So, we are doing 5.9 question, basically first part, which is designed for differential equation. I said if you want, you can assign the name to your subpart, okay. Yes. So, first I have to use the Markov chain assumption. Markov chain assumption, first assumption is that the probabilities of being found at any state at any future age depend only on the ages involved and the current state occupied and not on the previous state. So, you can write control U using Markov assumption. Since Markov assumption is important, I can bold this out. Using Markov assumption, we assume that the probability of going into a state is dependent only on the current state and not on the previous state, okay. There can be other format of writing, you can use different sentences of course. So, now doing this, I told you if you use equation editor, you can't easily write t plus h in the subscript and then p at the normal script and x at the subscript, because for writing something in subscript, it needs a text before it. But if I am writing t plus h in the denominator, for example, if I am writing this, so there is nothing before this subscript. So, equation editor won't be accepting this. That is why to write this, the best way is to use the normal approach, that is the superscript and subscript. Clear guys? So let's do it. Yes, let's do. We will write Control Shift minus or whatever the shortcut is there for your subscript, Control Shift plus small p, Control Shift minus x. Please note that here small notations and and capital notations are of different meaning. So if you are using probability, if you are writing probability, then the standard notation is small p. But if you are using capital P, then you have to state at the start of the question that I am assuming that my probability of survival is capital P. Okay. So if you are using the actuarial standard notations that are defined or standards abbreviations as well, then it is okay. You do not need to explicitly state what this notation means. But if you are using something that is not standardized and that is not accepted everywhere, then you have to note it down at the start or at the end of the question. Is that clear guys? I have been repeating this in my most of the classes, so please be careful because you may get penalized if you are not following this. Okay. Now I have 2, 3, that is by state 2 to state 3 at the subscript. So Control Shift plus I will go to my subscript, I will write 2, 3. Okay. Now I have 2, 1, 1, 3, I have something similar. So what I can do is I can copy paste and I can change my notation, change my wordings. Okay. Control V, Control Shift plus to come to the normal script, then I can Control V again, Control Shift plus Control V again, Control Shift plus Control V again. I will change the words, don't worry, but at least my task of doing again Control Shift plus Control Shift minus is reduced. Is that clear? So yes, let's write again, and we have this again, then we have this again, and then we have this again. Now changing from the end only. So we have at the end HP x plus t 43. So first I will change this 4 3 and this I will make x plus t and this I will reduce. Okay. Using my backward arrow key, using my forward arrow key, I can simply change my values. Clear guys? Lot more easier than writing the whole equation. If you are interested, you can write the whole thing again and again. That's completely up to you. Whatever you are faster at, that the thing matters is your speed. Along with your accuracy, your speed also matters. So whatever approach you are faster at, do that. Okay. And then I have TPX, I have here 2, and then I have T here, x plus t here. Now what usually happens is when we are, if we are doing on copy first and then we are writing in Word, then it's okay using copy paste because we can simply look at the equation and we can simply modify it. But if we are thinking at the same time and typing at the same time, then I would prescribe go for normal typing. Don't use copy paste. Why? Because you would get confused. First you will get confused how many terms to use. Okay. For example, if you are thinking okay 2 1 1 3 will come. So you can simply write 2 1 1 3. Okay. Otherwise what will happen is that you will get confused. Clear guys? What I mean to say is that if you have something in your copy and you are simply copying that in your Word, then go for copy paste. It's lot more faster, lot more easier. But if you are thinking and typing at the same time, which is mostly the case, then you should go for normal typing. That is, you should minimize your use of copying pasting in this context. Okay, not in every context. In this context you should minimize. Why? Because otherwise you won't be able to get the gist, especially in differential equation, because in differential equation we have to think of states, right? So states can be recalled and typed at the same time, but it would be confusing if you are writing, for example, 4 states and then adjusting the probabilities. Is that clear? Now I will again take an assumption of law of total probability. So I'll write using law of total probability. Can you see how I am highlighting or how I am bolding out each and every assumption, so an examiner can easily give me the marks of the assumption? Is that clear? So I have HPX plus T33 is equal to 1 minus HPX plus T34, because there can be two states only. So I will write control shift minus H, control shift plus, control shift minus to come to the normal script, P, control shift minus X plus T, control shift plus to go to the superscript and write my states. This is equal to 1 minus. Now I know that this is simply 3, 4, right? So I can now copy paste. Even if I am thinking and writing at the same time, here copying pasting in is easier. That's why there is no hard and fast rule where should you use copy paste, where should you use simultaneously typing. That's completely dependent on whatever the situation is and whatever would be easier and faster, of course. Clear? Now there is one more assumption here. What we are assuming that for a small h, my OH, I'll bring out my OH, right? So control shift minus HP, control shift minus X plus T and control shift plus IJ. This is equal to, I'll simply use mu in spite of P, right? Because it's very small. So I'll simply write mu. Clear? And this is plus OH. Okay? And where my limit, I'll put limits. Now how to put limits? You have two ways. Either simply write limit H. This is minus and the arrow key, that is greater than sign. Okay? Minus greater than sign will simultaneously turn into an arrow. Okay? Then we have 0 plus limit over what? So similar to integral, we have OH by H is equal to 0. Okay, otherwise in equation editor LIM, then you will place at the denominator. What is the denominator? H tends to infinity, 0 plus, like this. Clear? Let me show you again. First I write lim, then I take out the brackets, then I remove the bracket, then I use this underscore sign, because in the equation editor if I have to bring something in the subscript, then I have to use underscore. If I have to bring something into the superscript, I have to use this shift 6 sign, right? Then I use brackets because there are more than one term. Then I simply write space bar, not enter, space bar. Okay, now I have to write whatever I want to write within my limits. So this. Okay, now I am still within the blue space, that's why I have to come out of this blue space. So I will use my forward arrow key. Is this clear? And this is equal to 0, of course. So this is how you write the things. Also there is given out to be some, you know, absorbing state, that is 4, 3. If I go to 4, then the chance of going to 3 is 0, of course. So I will write also, let me check, my state 4 is absorbing state, right? Yes, state 4 is absorbing state. So I will write, since state 4 is absorbing state, either you can write in words, either you can write in numerical terms or algebraic terms. So I can either write also, since state 4 is absorbing state, any probability of going to any other state from this state is 0. Or I can write, so control shift minus T, P, control shift minus X, shift plus 4, 3 is equal to 0. Why I took 4, 3? Because in my equation defined above, I have 4, 3 and I have no other state. Okay. Then I write, we have the equation. Now I need the same equation as above, just need to substitute some of the values. So it's very, very, very easier and convenient to copy paste the whole equation. Okay. So T plus X 23 remains same, this remains same, this remains same, this remains same. This will change to 1 minus thing, so this will change to basically 1 minus and the assumption we took above, okay, basically this. So I'll just copy paste everything. Clear guys? Just a second, this got in subscript. So please check something is not getting in subscript, that should not be. And this becomes 0. So I can either write it as plus 0 or you can just skip it. Is it okay? So how it was that much simple to write this. If I would be writing it from the scratch, then it would take a lot of time. So that's why it's easier to do it this way. Clear? Then coming to next equation. Then next equation is I would take something to my fraction. So let's use the normal approach only. So control shift minus t, control shift this I have t plus h, control shift minus, then we have p, x, control shift plus, I have 2 3, control shift plus, brackets close, brackets not closed because I would be writing the numerator here, okay. So this bracket is basically for my numerator. I hope you are typing with me guys. These typing classes are for you and not for me, okay. So it's basically just for you to type, because these subscript and superscript we have already understood in previous classes, but I conducted a class for it. Why? Because so that you may practice with me and you may get more efficient in typing, right. Now I have mu, so backslash mu I can write, or if you are not using the symbols and if you are using the words only, then you can write simply mu, okay. So mu, control shift minus, x plus t, control shift plus, I have 1 3, then we have tpx, basically I am writing each and every state, right, and I have tpx and this is 2 2, and we have t p x plus t, right, it is mu, basically mu x plus t. So I can write, let me show you if you are not using the symbols. Mu, control shift x, control shift minus, control shift plus to go to the upper state, control shift plus. Clear? Then we have minus, again same thing, control shift minus, control shift minus, okay. Then this backslash mu, control shift minus, x plus t, control shift plus, x plus, and we have OH by H here. Clear? Now note one thing is that what we basically did was, just a second, what we basically did was we converted this, basically this probability into mu by h, and when my h and h mu h, and I divided my whole equation with h. So you can combine two equations in one equation, that's completely okay. You don't need to worry about that how many equations I have to write. It totally depends on the number of marks allocated for your differential equation. Clear guys? So if we move forward, what I can do is I will simply differentiate, partially differentiating. Now for partial differentiating, what I told you guys was, if you are writing partially differentiating, then you can use d by dx in spite of del by del x, okay. But you have to explicitly mention that you are partially differentiating, okay. But if you are not writing partially differentiating, then it is compulsory to show partial del by del t, otherwise you will get penalized. Clear? Okay. My task is to tell you guys where you would be getting your marks deducted and where you can score your marks, okay. So now I can write, so it's better always if we are partially differentiating, we should write partially differentiating, okay. Partially differentiating, we get, either I can write partial, so I will get this partial, or I can simply write now d by dt, okay. Partial, and we have tpx here, t p x 2 3, this is divided by partial t, okay. You can also write this in equation editor, the code is same \partial only, okay, it doesn't come with del. Then we have again the limits placed here, right? So I can either use alt equal to, let's not use alt equal to, let's use this normal approach. So control shift minus, I can write h tends to 0 plus here as well, okay, and then I use this brackets. Otherwise you can use that approach as well that we used earlier. So I just need to copy paste everything, and this also remains same, only my OH by OH will get out because my limit of OH by OH is 0 basically, right? So again I need to place a bracket here, and this will get eliminated because I have already taken my assumption. So this is my equation derived. Is this clear, guys? I showed you each and every step. If you were writing with me, you should be able to complete it by now because I went very slow, and it is okay if at the start you are not able to write at the full speed, but practice as much as possible, and then only you will be able to create your speed that is actually required in your exam. Is that clear? Any doubt till now? If you have any doubt, please comment it down on the video. Please message our team, and if you want a particular question to be solved by me, then also you can message our team. The class aim was to teach you, was to give you a practice question on how can we write a differential equation, because it is one of the common question to be asked from a chapter 4-5 basically, that is inhomogeneous and homogeneous Markov chain. Okay. Similarly, you can also solve a question for homogeneous, time homogeneous. Okay, this was time inhomogeneous, so you could have solved through that as well. Is that clear? With that, can we wrap up the class for today? Okay guys, please practice as much as possible. Let's meet in next class. We would require 2 more classes to cover the rest of the notations, and if you want particular question, as I said before, then please message our team. Okay guys, have a nice day. Thank you.